G'day, my name's Tom and this is Lucy, and we're riding our motorbike from my hometown of Perth, Western Australia,
all the way to my hometown of London, England.
So if you missed our last episode, basically we were just in the south of Borneo hanging out with some orangutans, and we got word that if we could get to Kuching, the capital city of Malaysian Borneo, then we'd be able to get on a flight with our friends. This would mean saving a bunch of time and a bunch of money, and we managed to get there just in time.
The other bikes were literally about to go to the airport, so they bubble wrapped ours and it was off on its first flight.
Once we'd gotten to mainland Malaysia, we had to unwrap all of the bubble wrap. Such a waste of plastic, I know.
And with that, we are out in the big city, rolling through KL, and this is a huge deal for us because from here on out, it's just land, all the way up until the English Channel.
Okay, so we'll have to stop here and we'll introduce you to Tim. He's just flown his bike all the way from Sydney to KL to surprise these guys, and he'll be joining them all the way to London. And of course, he's riding a DR650.
We decided to get up at the crack of dawn and try to beat the traffic out of the city.
And you know, there's only one thing better than riding in a group of 4 DR650s, and that's riding in a group of 5.
One of the best things about riding in Malaysia is these little toll-free motorcycle lanes on the roads. It means you get to skip through all of the traffic and use these amazing roads, which are probably the best roads we've had since Australia.
We made our way towards the Cameron Highlands, and this was shaping up to be one of the best days of the trip so far. Great weather, great roads, everything was perfect. We decided that we'd go up to the top of this hill to try to get a view of the Highlands, and that's when our luck started to change. And Doug's bike just wouldn't start.
Frolic!
We tried all the obvious and easy fixes, but we couldn't get this bike to start, so Doug rode it downhill to get it under some shelter. We realised that the bike had no sparks, so this could mean a few different things. It seemed likely that it was the pulse coil, which would mean taking the engine apart and replacing it. Luckily, somebody did have a spare.
I can just unravel the cables here and then actually run them back to where they need to go. Does that kind of make sense to? Yeah. So is this essentially the ultimate?
This part was a bit like watching open heart surgery, but to my surprise, and maybe to everyone else's as well, it actually worked.
After that little debacle, we made our way to Georgetown on Penang Island.
Yeah, sir. Action on passport.
After a couple of days in Georgetown, we decided it was time to make a break for the Thai border. Fun fact, this bridge that connects Penang Island to the mainland is actually 24 kilometers long.
We all knew that it was the law in Thailand that you had to get a foreign vehicle permit, and none of us had one. And none of us were willing to get one either. They're $500 and there's a 2-week waiting list. We had heard that there was somebody that managed to get through without one, and it was free, so we thought we would just give it a go. This was actually a pretty big risk because we all had a set entry date for China, so we didn't actually have a lot of time or money to play with.
This is attempt number 1 to enter Thailand, which may or may not work based on the new rules that went in last year. It's very possible they're about to tell us to re-enter Malaysia. We've been rejected by Thailand on our first attempt, and we are now going back into Malaysia. The plan is to drive a little bit south and try a different border and hope they're more lenient with the FBP paperwork situation.
After getting knocked back by the first border, we went to another one close by, and they made it pretty clear to us that it was just not going to happen. We started to realise that maybe it was wishful thinking that we were going to get through without a permit. At this point, we were all starting to feel pretty hopeless. But we thought we would give it one more try, and we got up at the crack of dawn and went to Betong border, and they just let us straight through for free.
Alright, let's look at the map. So this is the route we've taken so far through Malaysia. We got turned around here and here and finally entered Thailand into Yala province. We were only allowed 30 days on our visa with the bike, so we decided to shoot pretty fast up the east coast and dip briefly into Bangkok before heading into the north. We're planning to see as much as we can up here and hopefully to find something cool and a little bit off the beaten track as we slowly make our way towards the border of Laos.
What do you think, Luz?
They've done this before, Jimmy.
Good food, shit weather.
What about that work of art?
Fucking Mona Lisa, that.
It's got a hole in it as well.
These guys wanted to spend some more time in the south, so we decided we'd part ways here. We were going to push on through the bad weather and head north, see what that had in store for us. And it was at this point that we realised this would be the last time we'll see the ocean until we get to Turkey.
Well, we have finally made it to Amphoe, just outside of Bangkok in Thailand, after 3 pretty hard days of driving up from Songkran near the border. Stoked to be here and spend a few days in the area and not do too much driving, and we're about to head out and see the floating market. We've been to Bangkok many times before, so we weren't really there for sightseeing. Spent most of our time just running errands and honestly trying to get out of the city as soon as possible. And when we did, we headed west and we found an absolute paradise.
It was super hot on this day, so this really was the perfect spot. Apart from the sneaky little fish lurking below that like to nibble on your toes. Whilst this was a very worthwhile detour, we realised we'd have to backtrack on ourselves because we were separated from where we wanted to go by this huge lake. We were told by one of the locals that apparently there's a ferry that goes every so often, and we saw this black blob on the horizon slowly start to get closer.
$100? Okay.
This was the first time we had ever tried to land the drone on a moving target, so you can see us panicking a bit as we tried to figure that one out. But as you can see, us, the drone and the bike all made it safely to the other side.
We swapped the DR out for a couple of bicycles as we explored the ancient capital city of Sukothai.
We didn't really plan to be in Lampang, it just landed on our route. But when we arrived and started making our way towards our guest house, we quickly realised two things. One, that Songkran had actually started a day early here, and two, that we had accidentally joined the main procession route. So if you don't know, Songkran is the Thai New Year, and it's a time where people focus on purification, renewal, and symbolically washing away the previous year with water. It's a very spiritual time for Thai people, but also a huge nationwide celebration where people have water fights and parties in the streets. Lampang isn't really a tourist destination, and I think we were the only foreigners here, but that definitely didn't earn us any mercy from having water chucked at us at every opportunity. It was really fun. People welcomed us, and we ended the day soaked through and covered in chalk.
Today we're armed and prepared.
Our next stop was Chiang Mai, and yeah, look who it is. We just can't get rid of these guys.
Go left to the next left.
I've actually been driving for like an hour.
We had planned to do the Mae Hong Son loop with these guys, which is in the northwest of the country, right up near the Myanmar border.
Australia?
Australia.
Yeah. Scotch whiskey, not Thailand. Yo.
Oh.
Cheers.
Down the hatch. Mình chung mình ăn. Oh, chung mình đó.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's alright actually.
It's like a rice wine.
Alright.
Alright.
I didn't. Pick it up.
What if it's poisonous?
Give it a kiss.
Let's go toad licking.
If I'm honest, we don't really know what we're doing or really know where we're going most of the time. Most days we just wake up and kind of make it up as we go. And that's the beauty of it, really. And before you know it, we're saying goodbye to these guys again as we made our way to the very north of Thailand to spend our last few days in the country.
Sawadika.
มีใบอะไรไปลาวไหมครับวีซ่ายังชาติน่าจะมีแล้วมีวีซ่าลาวเนี่ยรถไทยรถต่างประเทศต่างประเทศ Digital passport and visa ลาว
So we've just come to Fudu border in the eastern part of Thailand, and we've driven all the way here and realised that we cannot get a visa on arrival for Laos here, which, to be honest, a quick Google would have told us, so that's definitely on us, meaning we now have to drive another 7-ish hours to a different border, and there's no way we're getting there today, so that's going to be tomorrow. But luckily, we left ourselves an extra day on the temporary import permit, so it's not the worst news in the world. Just means a bit of extra driving, but Laos tomorrow.
This is now our third time being rejected at a border crossing, and yeah, sometimes it can be a little bit disheartening or maybe stressful, but we've kind of just learned how to roll with the punches and accept it for what it is. Because this happened, we had one of the most beautiful rides of the whole trip where we just followed the Mekong River all the way to the main border crossing between Thailand and Laos.
Here we are crossing the mighty Mekong River, and with that our time in Thailand draws to a close. 30 days did not feel like enough time here, but we are so excited for Laos. And join us next episode for what ends up being our favourite country of the trip so far. Laos totally stole our hearts, and we cannot wait to show you why. Thank you so much for watching, and if you made it this far, we really do love you. please hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you soon.
Let's go.